So good afternoon, everyone. Friends, what is the difference between pathology in allopathic system of medicines and I say there is no difference at all. Pathology is pathology. It is only the understanding that makes the difference. And basically, we all are one understanding, and according to change and modify the understanding, it is modifiable. And about the entire universe, we know there are the two phenomena. The one is the day and other is the night. And day and night follow each other. Day represents the activity, hence the inactivity, where we sleep, that we don't have to do anything. So this is a what about ourselves? We also have life also between the two stages. One is the
तिकडे गरजच नाही तिकडे ओढ ह्या भागात त्या दगडापर्यंत
one
वरून वरून छाट इकडे
one is the healthy state and the life state. So let us try to understand with this background the healthy state and the life disease state and also the stage of the day and night. And in this background, we are going to understand the greatest subject of the pathological general, which has people kept remain thinking about it, why it is there and why it is not there. Friends, certainty. We are always looking for
document करावं लागेल ना तयार.
When we are looking for assured how to remain satisfied, and certainty is usually a sign of pathology. When we get something, when we know something, we are satisfied, and that is the end. We have to do. So where the end is there, and where the certainty is the end. And so when we become sick, to what I am suffering, and when I get satisfied, you are suffering cancer, you are suffering from this, so you get satisfied, no, it is okay. Now treatment is available. Similar to the health and the disease, similar to the day and night, we keep on thinking, and we are active, and that constitutes the certainty and uncertainty. Friends, there is a localization. It is a journey of changes, finding destiny. The whole day we work, and in the night we seek retirement. We seek some place with the final destination, final home, and this is the growth. We work day and night to achieve something, and when we achieve something, we come to the rest. So this is the steps which were being followed. I'm talking about these steps because it is greatly related to the relationship between the physiology to the pathology. The physiology is the functional state, and pathology represents the state where we have got the stability. So between the physiology and pathology lies our life. So we have the both stages, physiology also within us and the pathology within us. So we carry both. I'm talking to you in the term of what our master Hahnemann told us. Physical law keeps intervening the chemistry of the life. Now we have the two laws. Life is governed by the two laws, the physical law and the chemical law. and physical law represents the activity, and chemical law is so physical law is intervening to the chemistry of the life, and dynamism in motion keeps changing. So we have with the life, as long we are alive, we have the dynamism, and it will make us keep changing our life. So disease is not something personal. Disease is not something personal and special, but only a manifestations of life under modified conditions operating according to the same law as applied to living body at all times from the first moment until death. This is a famous quotation of Rudolf Virchow. You all might have heard this great Nobel man who had discovered the law, the cells and the nucleus, and he had made good contribution in the pathological end. Friends, settlement at the ultimate level of visible existence in cell brings a limitation understanding of the disease. When we seek something very deeply, and we keep on changing something in the darkness, but when we think in a different way, we have the answer. So this is the way of thinking where we think about the pathology and when we think about the physiology. Omnis cellula acellula. Omnis cellula acellula. Each cell derives from a pre-existing cell by division. Is the culmination of a profound insight of the late 19th century and a dictum articulated by German pathologist Rudolf Virchow. If we continue to trace our ancestors back to the time, we will eventually arrive at the cell that developed 3.5 billion years ago. This is the continuity. The same cell which was existed maybe about 3.5 billion ago, and we are the descending aspect of the cells. Continuous cellular life. Cell never dies. Cell never dies. All form of life evolved from cells that developed 3.5 billion years ago. We will all related to each other. The kinship among the cells of bacteria, plant, animal, and man is reflected in organization as revealed by modern tools of molecular biology and the cell's biology. But we find a similarity between the cell of the bacteria, cell of the plant, cell of the animal, and cell of the human being. It is the same. Only difference is the organization. Highly conserved mechanism of intercellular targeting of protein molecules. An average mammalian cell produces about 1 billion molecules of the protein. And proteins are polymer consisting of 20 building blocks, amino acids up to 10,000 building blocks in length. And proteins are steadily degraded and therefore have to be continuously synthesized de novo. Newly synthesized proteins are transported out of the cell or are shipped to various cellular compartments or are woven into the intracellular membrane, each in a specific asymmetrical orientation. Friends, sequence elements are built into each protein. Each of which address a specific zip code is recognized by a specific recognition factor followed by targeting and routing. These processes are aimed by other accessory elements such as receptors, channels, tracks, and the motor. We found that the zip codes as well as the pocket sorting machinery are highly conserved in all states. Beautiful quotation from Rudolf Virchow. The body is a cell state in which every cell is merely the function of the state brought about by action of external.
Hello?
Pathology is nothing but physiology with obstacles. So what we see, the pathology is nothing. It is the physiology with
Hello, good
obstacles.
morning, sir.
Please, please close your mic. Mute your mic. We shall be talking later on. Pathology is nothing but physiology with obstacles. Disease is healthy life interfered with all manner of external and internal influence. Rudolf Virchow is referred to as the father of modern pathology. He brought traditional concepts of proposing that the basis of all disease is injury to the smallest living body of the body, namely the cell. More than a century later, both clinical and experimentally pathological remained rooted in virtual cellular pathology. And all of the great thoughts permitting advance have been borrowed from other fields, and renaissance of pathology stems from the pathology itself, but from the philosopher Kant and Goethe. Pathology as used in the context of the modern medical science, that is the visibility. What we can see, this is the limitation that is there with the modern pathology. When we use in the context of modern medical treatment, the term is often used in a more narrow fashion, referred to as processes and tests. It includes number of distinct but interrelated medical specialties that diagnose disease, mostly through analysis of tissue, cell, and body fluid samples. Idiomatically, a pathology may also refer to the predicted or actual progression of particular disease. Actual progression. Friends, concept of pathology with ultimate change have been tried to be observed at local level of the life. This is their limitation. While diseases are affecting our life, it initiates and after completing all stages of its progressive features, gets settled at a particular place. Usually, such change states local organ or the part of the body. So, disease not when it enters, it develops, and then ultimately it finds a local place. So, pathology, we have the two understanding, the special pathology and the general pathology. For special pathology, we have the medical pathology dealing with the internal morbid conditions and surgical pathology which deals with the external conditions. Please close your mic, please, sir. General pathology bears the same relation to special pathology that philosopher bears to the special science. It is the synthesis of analysis made by a special pathology. It deals with principles of explanations and classification of the facts. Applied aspects of pathology. Pathology as accepted in large part by all schools of medicine can serve as the common basis of the therapeutic practice. There are enough variations and differences in the concept, particularly in general pathology. Homeopathic general pathology, with concern to chronic disease, has its enhanced in applicability. Hence, homeopathy differs with the regular medicines in its interpretations and applications of several fundamental principles of the science. Differences are primarily philosophical. Because homeopathy has got its base in the philosophy. Facts of the same, yet interpretations. Facts are the same, but interpretations are different. It is acceptance and agreement. Different interpretations arises from differing viewpoints. Modern science in general and medical science in particular regards the fact of the universe from a materialistic point of view, whereas in homeopathy we have the combinations of spirituality and the materialism. It endeavors to reduce all things to the term of the matter and the motion. When we take the things as a static, we have a feeling of the dead. But when we take them in a motion, that constitutes the life. That I was talking the motion and the static and the motion. Modern medicine, which is limited concept on static observation, fails to see the pathology which are beyond visibility. Vitalistic substantiating is the point. Homeopathy views the fact of the universe in general and medical facts in particular. And life and mind are substantial entities having the real and objective existence. Theory of the chronic mind, which was the greatest contribution of our master, starting from the pathology, what has already done for therapeutics earlier. Hahnemann reduced the great mass of the unsystematized data to order by making a classification based upon the general principle. Hahnemann generalized the local pathology into the larger pathology. So broadest generalization in pathology and etiology is the homeopathy. And Hahnemann generalization, existence of life, a specific microorganism, it is the theory of the mind. So homeopathy pathology is a theory of the, it gets limited to the theory of the miasma. Miasma is resulting as a pathology. Hahnemann reduced all phenomena of chronic disease according to their cause to 4 fundamental classes: occupational or drug disease, psora, syphilis, and the psychosis. Then beginning and finally getting settled. This is the aspect. While diseases are affecting our life, it initiates and features get settled at a particular place. And depending on the stages, the pathology exists in the different stages. Towards localization, diseases when affects our life in parts get involved, entire parts get involved, changes takes from the general plane and moves towards the localization. So final destination with settlement. It is called final destination with the settlement. So local pathology and the general pathology, we have to think like this. In homeopathy, life has been viewed from the vital plane at the top of the mental plane and ultimately the physical plane. As such, all pathology develops at the vital plane first and then moves towards the mental plane, followed by general affections of the physical level and finally get localized at a particular place. So completeness of pathology understanding, it comes from looking into the beginning of the pathology to the end state only brings complete understanding for the pathology. So in homeopathy, we believe from the beginning, right from the vital principle to the, and when we connect them, it constitutes the totality about the pathology. So pathology at the vital plane becomes demonstrable at both mind and body before getting settled at a particular level. It is also these localizations may take place in a particular location or may be generalized on the whole of the life. Even when local pathology develops, it has its extension at entire plane of the life. So we see there are the pathology developing like a cancer in a specific part, and we have the diabetic, the whole of the blood, it is affecting the whole of the part. So there is a local pathology and the general pathology. This is starts from the nature of metastasis as well as the alternating symptoms that used to take place. It is certain that both metastasis is indicative of the advanced stage of the disease. One used to observe only the quantum change which becomes visible or recognized as observable pathology. Pathology needs to be understood in its totality. It has its extension on every plane of the life. True nature of presentations of disease needs to be taken as fragmented part of one, but visible at different parts. It has been taken as concomitant. You have the concomitant, and what concomitant stands that one thing as observed as the two different states. Changes get initiated at the vital plane, So pathology begins the changes in the vital principle, and change state of vital principle are reflected through the mind, and mind are the fundamental pathology for us. And Sura, being the most primitive, are regarded as mother of the pathology in life. So primary pathology, Sura, the most basic and the root, psychosis, the subsequent changes, change the state, and syphilis serves as established pathology. So Sura at the basic pathology, change functional state observed at both mind and body, usually not reflected in laboratory investigation. You will not see the soric pathology in the laboratory investigation. Psychosis is subsequent pathology. It is asymmetrical growth. I say asymmetrical growth. It is either getting in a dissimilar growth like that. Often these growths are observed with or without pain. Tendency of accumulation of the tissue and laboratory investigations may not be completely reflective. So invasive stage of it is called the invasive stage of the pathology. So from the beginning stage, it grows towards the invasive stage, and finally the advanced state of the pathology is the syphilis. It is the degenerative changes are observed. Accumulated tissue with irregular functioning creates a systemic changes, and pathology now spreads to the other region, and laboratory findings are quite reflective in this stage. Mental pathology, we talk about the mental pathology. Both mind and body finds changes according to the nature of the mind. Stories of the pathology have irritative functioning at the mental level, and psychosis level of pathology brings more changes in the intellectual pattern, and syphilis state of the mind brings compulsive and destructive pattern in the mind. So pathology, as in Mitra Medica and repertory, Mitra Medica includes symptoms which are at the physiological stage but not change and stabilize. It also includes those matured symptoms which are finally and changes have been reached. With optimum changes, symptoms moves towards the other part and thus get generalized. So mental pathology, and some examples are there. You say the suicidal pattern. The suicidal pattern has the soric state, because in the rubrics you will find suicidal pattern, there are more than 100 medicines. And among that, the sulfur is also there, mercurius is also there, lycopodium is also there, and all polygraph medicines are there. So what we say, which medicine will be the soric state? At the thought level, occasional. Sometimes thinking to suicide, it is better to die, let me die. It is thought pattern only. And then psychosis stage, planning stage. They make plan how I should die, how I should end my life, and then the final action stage. That is now trying to kill them. These are the critical stages. So you can distinguish the one rubric, the single into the three parts: soric part, syphilitic part, and the psychosis part. So each rubric can be seen at the three level in the mind chapter as a sora, syphilis, and the psychosis. This understanding will help you to understand and select the rubrics also, because rubric selection is important aspect for taking it. Suppose a patient comes to you and he talks about the suicidal disposition, and you have to interrogate into it, and you decide that it is soric. So you will concentrate more on the soric medicine. Similarly, anger pattern. Soric state speaks out anguish, irritation, not feeling bad. It speaks out, and irritations are there. Psychosis, they are abusive and malicious, and syphilitic is a maniacal rage, plunged into the action, trembling the body, physical body get involved. So it is in the syphilis state, body also get associated with the mind. You see, there are many times that with the anger, the body is trembling. With the anger, You are grinding your teeth. So these are the stage the when other parts are getting involved. It is extension of the syphilis from to the other part of the body, and this is the degenerative process that is going. This is the metastatic process that has been started. Then fear pattern, short-lived, are for the soric state. Get excited with the fear, and with the fear, the people start trembling and reflected. So you can distribute the rubrics. All the sub rubrics are like that. So this will help you in understanding the stages, condition, and the depth of the disease. This is very important for us. Before we create a totality of the symptoms, we have to make a complete story depending on the depth and the involvement of the tissue, life, and entire pattern. Mental pathology is it can the two parts. Generally, people used to say the mental symptoms are only the general. No, I say no. There are some particular specific behavior which is localized, but some mental symptoms get generalized into the other way also. So a specific behavior and peculiar gestures, they are the particular, and generalized mental generalized behavior. Like he's an angered man, means every action, everything, he's in anger. That is called mental pathology. He's he's a timid man. Timid man means he's shy. Every action will reflect his timidity. But if it is involved to one part, like biting his nails, it is a specific particular part. Observations for the general pathology. Clinicians spoke about the characteristic value of symptoms. And in chronic disease, symptoms gradually become generalized. At the initial stage, the state of disease, symptoms are observed at the local level only. And with changing chronicity, symptoms get generalized. A patient personality are better represented through the mental, physical, general symptoms. Now, development of the pathology. Dr. Henneman also spoke about the artificial diseases. Only rational treatment can provide natural cure. And artificial disease occurs due to the irrational medications and lifestyle. At the initial level, they are corrected with withdrawal of medicines and changing lifestyle. And at the advanced stage, they bring complexity of the mind. General pathology and particular pathology in the medical area. Polycrest remedy contains more general symptoms. All the polycrest like sulfur, lycopodium, nocturnica, they have the more general symptoms. And medium remedy have comparatively lesser general symptoms. And rare remedy with few symptoms have only particular symptoms. In Boric Metra Medica, you will see there are many medicines with few lines only. They are only the particular in nature. You don't find the general. When you talk about the general symptoms, it represents the general pathology. When we talk about the particular symptoms, we talk about the local pathology. So rare remedies with a few symptoms have only particular symptoms. Rare remedies with gradual accumulations of symptoms get more general symptoms. Many of the medicines in our Metra Medica, which were first observed as a rare medicine, now they gradually become larger and larger. When we think about the carcinosin, long back, we had a small booklet only of the obsters, drug picture of the carcinosin. But nowadays we have a thick volume information with thousands of symptoms of the carcinosin and spread all over the repertory, all over in every chapter of the repertory you will find carcinosin. Earlier it was hardly observable. So pathology develops from the general pattern and it goes to a local pattern and from the local to the pathology. So Oliver Wendell Holmes writes, if all the drug in the world were dumped into the sea, it would be better for mankind and worse for the sea. So root of all sufferings is the attachment, getting attached. This is our Buddha's saying. Friends, objections, evasions, joys, distrust, and love of irony are sign of health. We have the pain, it is healthy state. Everything absolute belongs to the pathology. Thank you very much with this. And if you can any questions, you can write me at my email ID and the WhatsApp or the Telegram. So with this, this lecture is completed, and we are any one of you can ask anything from us. Okay, Randy.